Hello. In this video, I'm going to talk about something called arrays. Arrays are really helpful when solving multiplication problems, and they're helpful when solving division problems, especially when you get to the more complex bus stop method. I'm going to show you how we start with this, building up to the bus stop method. So from a first simple point, if we had a question such as 3 times 4 equals, we can get our counters or we can draw, and we would get 3 counters, and we would do that 4 times because it's 3 times 4. Or you can, if you don't have the counters, you can draw. It's really important that when drawing, you do keep things in as neat a rows as possible to make it easier for you to count. You then simply count how many there are. 3, 6, 9, 12. So 3 times 4 is 12. If you had a division question, you could have 12 divided by 3, or you could have 12 divided by 4, and use the same approach. This grid will help. So we get 12 counters. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. And then we start putting them into rows and organising them. If it's divided by 3, then we put them in rows of 3. And we count how many columns we've got. 1, 2, 3, 4. 12 divided by 3 is 4. If it's 12 divided by 4, we can get them in columns of 4. And we can see we've got 3 columns, and that gives us our answer. It does not matter which way round your brain prefers to work, counting the rows or counting the columns. Because as can be seen from the drawing version, it is the same whichever way round your brain looks at it. And so when given simple multiplication or simple division questions, this can help us solve it. Now, if the questions get a little bit harder, we can still do the same thing. So this time, imagine we have 15 times 3. Well, I can get 15 using a tens counter with my ones. Or if I prefer the drawing method, or I don't have the resources, I can draw 15 3 times. And then count how many I've got. 10, 20, 30, 35, 40, 45. And then it would still work the same with the division. If I had 45 divided by 3 and 45 divided by 15, then I get my 45 counters, and I can put them in 3 rows, or if I prefer, I can put them in 3 columns. But it is important now, because we're using slightly more complex with different values, that we don't mix up the number. This is 15 3 times, whichever way around it is. It is not going to help us if we do our number and make it into a nice rectangle shape, because that isn't 15 clearly. It's still 45 in total, which we know is our answer, But that's not going to help us with the division. You can do that with the multiplication and get the right answer, but it is going to be of no use for your division. Because if we do 45 divided by 3, we've got our 45, and we've put it in 3 rows that are exactly the same to give us our answer of 15. Or if we said 45 divided by 15, well, I've got 15 there, and I've got 15 again, and 15 again, to give me my answer of I have 3 15s. This is the same no matter how big the number gets, and you just have to be more careful. So for example, if it suddenly became 33, times 4. As long as we are keeping our counters in the right place, in the right order, in an organised fashion, we will be able to do it. Now, I mentioned that this will come in handy for learning the bus stop division method. I will do some videos explaining the bus stop division method, but because it links so well to arrays, I just want to show you this. So in our examples, the bus stop is when you divide using this symbol, and you put what you're dividing by on the outside. So I'm dividing by 4, and I'm dividing 48 divided by 4. So I need to get 48 in my counters. 10, 20, 30, 40. 2, 4, 6, 8. And I got them in piles, but I need to organise them as I did. So let's put the 10s on top of each other. Let's put the 1s on top of each other. So 48 divided by 4. Well, on this side we've got 4 because we've got 4 rows. And each row is worth 12. So actually, 48 divided by 4 is 12. The bus stop method is simply part of a rectangle where you would hide 2, 3, 4. You would hide your array inside it. 10s and 2 1s. So the bus stop method that I will talk about in the next few videos is using arrays. So I wanted to use these array videos to make sure we understand what we mean by that, whether that is drawing, or whether that's using the counters, whether that's doing multiplication, simple or slightly more complex, and whether that is doing division. Thank you.